Today on Investigate TV Plus, poisonous particles in the atmosphere can leave some Americans gasping for air. We take an in-depth look at the unexpected areas where experts say it's getting worse.
You could breathe, but it doesn't do you any good. You get weak, You
can't catch your breath.
Right.
Plus, she wanted concert tickets and instead got a disappearing act.
Poof, gone out of thin air.
We reveal the warning signs of ticket scammers and show you how to keep your seat safe.
And we take you to the after-school club helping students hit the right notes.
There's a spark of reality in gospel choir. You sing your emotions.
In-depth stories that inform and inspire. You're watching Investigate TV Plus. Wildfires are getting worse, both in numbers and intensity. I'm Tisha Powell.
And I'm Lee Zurich. As we see an increase in extreme fires, more Americans are encountering a tragic reality. In January 2025, wildfires broke out across the country's second most populated county, Los Angeles. Fueled by strong winds, after just 3 days of burning, the Palisades and Eaton fires became two of the most destructive in California history.
The United States' most devastating fires are concentrated in western states like California, Arizona, and New Mexico.
But the effects can reach thousands of miles away. In 2023, smoke from the western Canadian fires was on display for millions of people and triggered air quality alerts across the Northeast.
Those alerts are used to warn people about pollution.
And we found more and more Americans are breathing in unclean air.
As of April 2024, more than 130 million people live in places with polluted air, an increase of roughly 10% from the same time the year before.
Breathing in pollutants can cause reduced lung function, asthma, cardiac problems, and an increased risk for death.
But experts say in many areas, poor air quality can be reversed.
Reporter Kristen Crowley takes a closer look at the shift in air pollution in the U.S. and explains why your air may be dirtier depending on where you live.
And this is your rescue inhaler.
Richard Clapham didn't always have asthma.
It was probably 8 years.
But he's had it long enough to know when he's in trouble.
You could breathe, but it doesn't do you any good. You get weak.
You can't catch your breath.
Right.
And to know when he should avoid being outside.
Can you tell when the area is having a bad air quality day with your asthma?
Yes. I just walk out the door and I turn around and come right back in.
Air pollution has a direct impact on his condition. Something doctors say is true for many people with asthma and other breathing ailments. And for the roughly 28 million Americans living with asthma, that means where they live affects their health.
Every time it's a poor air quality, we always say it in our clinic. We're about to have a lot of people coming in.
Dr. Anna Meyer works at Colorado Allergy and Asthma Centers. While people may think the Denver area is prime for fresh mountain air, the region's been climbing the list of worst ozone-polluted cities over time. And while ozone high up in our atmosphere is good, ground-level ozone is not. It's the main ingredient in smog. Oil and gas production out west have seen a boom in recent years. That means more methane, which leads to greenhouse gas and higher ozone pollution. Dr. Meyer says that is all translating to more patients.
5% increase every year of the new patients that we're seeing.
Is that significant?
Very significant.
What does that tell you?
Allergic conditions, asthma, what we call atopic diseases, they're getting worse. And this isn't just something that we're seeing anecdotally in clinic. There are publications that actually prove this.
In the American Lung Association's 2024 State of the Air report, Denver ranks 6th for cities with the worst ozone pollution. For years, it wasn't even in the top 25.
The areas of the country that are suffering the most from air pollution have been shifting geographically.
Shifting from east to west. Catherine Pruitt is the lead author of the State of the Air report. She says regulations on factory emissions improved air quality east of the Mississippi, areas known for manufacturing and industrial work. But the West is struggling, and ozone pollution is just part of it. The American Lung Association says extreme heat, drought, and wildfires are contributing to a steady increase in deadly particle pollution, which includes irritants like smoke and dust. Wildfires led to the highest number ever of unhealthy and hazardous days out west for a total of 214.
We've spent 50 years rolling out stronger and better pollution control strategies, and those have worked. Tailpipe pollution is way down from individual cars. Smokestack pollution is way down.
But the greenhouse gases that she says are driving climate change are undoing some of that progress.
Is there a way to reverse this?
We certainly hope so.
New pollution protections, like stricter standards for emissions from coal-fired power plants and gas emissions from vehicles, are set to roll out over the next few years.
If we stay strong and leave those laws in place, help is on the way.
You've got some green areas there.
In the meantime, Dr. Meyer says those who want to breathe cleaner air can take matters into their own hands. The EPA offers free air quality tracking online.
And you can see kind of there's certain spots.
So now the yellow means that's not as good.
That's not as good.
Color-coded to let you know when the air is moderate to unhealthy, translating to when you should stay inside. Richard takes those ratings to heart and hopes we can start reversing the trends. His health depends on it.
Do you worry if the air quality got worse, that your asthma would get worse?
Yes,
So you're just kind of hoping.
it doesn't.
It's important to note that the number of air quality monitors has increased, so some of the uptick in numbers for pollution is because we've gotten better at identifying problem areas. Pruitt says that knowledge will help us fight rising air pollution trends by targeting the problems causing them. Multiple states across the country also offer cameras where you can see the air quality on any given day. You can find those on our website, InvestigateTV.com. Just search air quality. Still ahead, Mother Nature's wrath creates a family's worst-case storm scenario.
The tip of the tornado came down and picked up the bassinet with my baby Lord in it.
The chaos of a baby swept up in a tornado that hit when many least expect.
And it looked like a little tree cradle.
And we'll uncover the seasonal shifts in storms.
Plus, music fans get conned out of concert tickets. We reveal the steps you can take to ensure you get an encore.
Buying tickets online can help you skip the line at the venue's box office.
However, some event goers have found it can also lead to big headaches and financial losses.
One Missouri music fan's concert tickets mysteriously disappeared from her account along with the thousands of dollars she paid.
Reporter Lauren Traeger uncovers why she's not the only victim and shows the steps you can take to protect your next event.
It was a good day.
Along with all of her family and friends,
That's my maid of honor.
Aaron Owens had a special guest at her wedding, legendary R&B artist Usher.
He was definitely there at the wedding.
Well, sort of. She tossed her bouquet to one of his songs and danced the night away to others.
I've loved him for a really long time.
So she jumped at the chance to see him live in St. Louis. She purchased 4 tickets for a total of $2,500.
As a little hurrah, just to thank everyone and show them how much I appreciated them for helping me.
They were all set for a night of fun. Then this happened.
I went into my Ticketmaster account and I saw that my tickets were gone.
Transferred out of her account by an apparent scammer.
Poof, gone out of thin air.
Aaron is not alone.
It's egregious.
A man in Hawaii had his comedy show tickets disappear from his account.
I think that when they get a complaint, if they can't immediately return the tickets to the victim, they should at least freeze them until they figured out what's happened.
I love Pitbull. Then there's Emily in Branson, Missouri. She was pumped to see Mr. Worldwide.
I told my husband, I was like, that's all I want for my birthday. I want tickets to that concert.
They paid $165 for 2 tickets and everything seemed fine, but then the messages started to arrive.
My husband got a series of emails back to back letting him know that your ticket transfer is pending and now your ticket transfer is approved.
These screenshots show accounts named KM and QB accepted the transfer.
He immediately went in and checked, and opened his Ticketmaster account and found that the tickets were gone.
Then she got a notification the transfer was complete. Her tickets now in the wrong hands.
It was definitely transferred from within our account.
Convinced it was a hacker, she immediately contacted Ticketmaster and says she was told they'd have to wait 3 to 5 days for a response.
Yeah, that was alarming because 5 business days would have put us beyond the concert date.
Fortunately, she got another message just in time. Tickets are reinstated.
You know, it could have been just a real bummer of a situation.
The Better Business Bureau confirms it has seen similar cases like this and advises consumers to make sure everything is documented.
I'm regularly getting screen captures on my phone, just saving them to my photos so that I have that purchase order number, a receipt number. Also, I'm watching my credit card statements to be sure that the transaction is happening there.
Experts say while data breaches can open the door, oftentimes you can give hackers the keys by having a less than secure password.
All of us need to practice good online hygiene of regularly changing our passwords, making sure those passwords are really strong, not believing anything we see come via email.
I want my tickets.
Erin had a confession. Her password wasn't quite as strong as it could have been. She's changed it now, but that didn't resolve her devastation and disbelief that she could be missing her chance to see Usher in person.
It's one of those things where you never thought that it could actually happen to you, but it did.
After several phone calls and inquiries, Erin got her tickets back.
Ticketmaster sent a statement writing, quote, "Overall, our digital ticketing innovations have greatly reduced fraud compared to the days of paper tickets and duplicated PDFs. Having that digital history is also how we are able to investigate the situation and restore fans' tickets." Further writing, they are, quote, "constantly investing in new security enhancements to safeguard fans." Meanwhile, a man from Arizona says he faced a different kind of ticket trouble.
He says he couldn't get a refund after the artist had died. Robert Hausneck paid just over $200 for 2 tickets to see Sergio Mendes, but Mendes got sick and the show never happened. Robert tried to get a refund, but ticket seller StubHub told him the concert had been postponed. Months later, Mendes passed away. His death was announced on the artist website.
I said, well, he's dead now, so obviously the postponement is now a cancellation. And then they sent back, well, we're going to need documentation. And I'm like, for this? They were actually asking for either documentation from the venue or documentation that I could send. And it's like, I'm not a family member. I can't get documentation of his death.
According to StubHub's guarantee, if an event is canceled, not rescheduled, you'll get a credit worth 120% of the amount you paid or a cash refund. When we asked StubHub about Robert's case, the company issued him a full refund and threw in an extra $100 voucher.
Still ahead. Singing is good for the soul.
There's a spark of reality in gospel choir. You sing your emotions.
We introduce you to middle schoolers who sing from the heart.
But first, a tornado trend that could put more lives and homes at risk. We uncover why experts say the country's tornado alley is shifting.
You go into the living room first, up the steps, and you really can't get to it right now, but you go in there, and that's where we had all our dinners and get-togethers, was in this house with all our family and friends and everything, and now it's destroyed and gone.
This is what was left of Eric C.'s home after March 15, 2025, when an EF3 tornado tore through the village of Bakersfield, Missouri.
Just went through the motions of trying to clean up and pick up and get everything done that we could while we could.
According to preliminary data from the Storm Prediction Center, between March 14th and 16th, this massive storm system produced dozens of tornadoes in the Midwest and Southeast. That's an area of the country where over the past 4 decades, experts say more severe storms are occurring.
We dig deeper into the science behind the increase, but first we meet the mother of a baby who survived being swept up in a storm. Beside the rubble of this Clarksville, Tennessee mobile home,
He was the first thing to go up.
there's a playpen wrapped around a tree, an eerie reminder of what happened here.
The roof came off first. The tip of the tornado came down and picked up the bassinet with my baby Lord in it.
In December of 2023, Sydney Moore's 4-month-old was ripped into the sky.
Thought he was dead. I was pretty sure he was dead and we weren't going to be able to find him.
After frantically searching in the muddy debris, a miracle, baby Lord found alive with just a cut on his face.
It looked like a little tree cradle. He was just laying there.
Her family survived a storm that struck when many least expected. It was nearly winter. The National Weather Service says peak months for tornadoes are April, May, and June. But research published in the Journal of Applied Meteorology says since the 1950s, tornadoes have trended away from the warm season, with a 37% decrease in the summer, while during the same period there was an 80% increase in fall and a 102% increase in winter. Dr. Tim Coleman says there's also been a geographical shift.
The traditional tornado alley of Texas and Oklahoma was correct back 50, 40 years ago, but Tornado Alley, the primary tornado risk area, has shifted to the east.
Coleman says tornadoes in the western United States decreased 25% from 1986 through 2020 compared to the previous 35 years, while tornadoes in the eastern United States increased 12%, and that's putting more people and property in danger.
The amount of damage done has increased because there's just a lot more people. And especially, the Southeast has really exploded in population. Whereas, 50 years ago, a significant tornado may have just mainly hit trees. Now it's hitting subdivisions, neighborhoods, businesses, and things of that nature.
Everything could be taken like that.
That means families such as Sydney Moore's in Tennessee are at greater risk of being in a tornado's path.
You better listen to the warnings. You better stay on top of the news.
If you hear tornado sirens, you should go to the basement or the lowest level of your building.
And if you don't have a basement, go to a closet, bathroom, or an interior hallway away from windows. The closer to the center of the building, the better. If you happen to be in a car, the National Weather Service says you should drive to the nearest building to take cover.
Still ahead, the soulful sound of gospel.
Gospel choir brings about a peace. It gives you joy, it gives you hope.
We take you to the small town group giving students their own voice.
The word gospel comes from the Greek word euangelion, which literally means good news. According to Samford University, the genre itself stems from the pre-Civil War South, where African-American enslaved people would sing songs of hope and faith. Today, churches across the country use gospel music to share biblical stories and celebrate their faith.
A middle school gospel choir celebrates that history and culture.
Reporter Lauren Korn meets the students who are hitting the right notes.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the LMS Gospel Choir. My name is Christy McCrae Eagles, and I will be your director.
It's a sanctuary where every voice is heard. Meant to uplift and to connect.
Gospel choir brings about a peace. It gives you joy, it gives you hope.
It also gives Christy McRae Eagles joy teaching gospel choir at Loris Middle School.
I felt that love and that peace that I got from being in choirs, could probably help somebody else. I need you to believe in yourself.
The behavior intervention specialist switches notes one day a week to be the club's music director.
Many of the children from this community have been involved in churches or where they have been involved in choirs, and so they bring these skills already.
Children like Melvin Alford.
There's a spark of reality in gospel choir. You sing your emotions.
The 8th grader returning to the club for a second year.
It's not just songs. In culture, there's a meaning behind everything we do.
Look to your left.
And for 7th grader Christina Batten.
As far as you can.
The reasons why I wanted to join is because I love to share my voice with others, and I just love God, and I love to sing it.
Inhale. Hold it.
The choir takes a few minutes warming up their bodies.
Very good. Very good.
And their voices.
1, 2, 3, ready, go! Woo!
Before diving into a variety of songs.
Rejoice.
Some spiritual, but all deliver a powerful and positive message.
This Little Light of Mine, that's my signature song that I started singing when I'm at my church at Facts of Life.
This little light of mine.
I sing that song a lot because it's meaningful. It means a lot to me.
I'm gonna let it shine.
How does it make you feel when you see them singing or smiling or just getting into it?
Goosies. Goosies. They give me goosies, you know, and especially when I see where it is affecting them, you know, because each one has something different that they're bringing.
Don't look at it as it's just gospel choir, you know. Look at it as an opportunity to expand.
Yes, they want you to know that each lyric they sing sparks a feeling and tells a story.
Oh, yeah?
Thanks to this music director whose goal is not only to keep them in tune, but to also let their light shine.
Be who you are, and it's okay. Everybody's not going to be the same, but what you bring is unique. Gospel choir gives them that message that it's okay, I can let my light shine.
Lots of hand clapping, toe tapping, inspirational in that classroom.
And I love her line, it gives them an opportunity to expand. Very well said, yes. That's it for us on Investigate TV Plus. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. Thanks for watching. On the next Investigate TV Plus, some people struggling with obesity have found success using an injectable drug, but better health can come at a high price.
It's ultimately me deciding, am I going to have a place to stay for me and my kids, or am I going to pay for this medication?
We take an in-depth look at medications targeting weight loss and efforts to curb cost.